Welcome, everybody, to Crystal Kyle and Friends. Today, we're going to be talking to Ben Meiselas, who, of course, is of the Midas Touch Network, or as we refer to them, the Rogan Dethroners. They eclipsed Rogan as the #1 podcast in the country a while back, and they've held that mantle for quite a while. And you replaced wishy-washy, enlightened centrist, MAGA conspiracy theorist with somebody with a network that basically hammers Trump 24/7. So that is very welcome, in my opinion.
They're an upgrade from MSNBC, too.
Oh,
so
for sure.
People who are moving over from MSNBC, I mean, they were streaming all of the Fight Oligarchy tour with Bernie, and, you know, so you got to respect what they're doing over there.
Yeah, for sure. So looking forward to talking to Ben about what's going on with the MAGA base at the moment and the Epstein scandal. It's interesting because it's like two different worlds. You got the online world where things are going a certain direction and it looks like there's a real rift, and then you got the real world where maybe that's not the case, and we'll talk more about that in a little bit because we have some new polling numbers out. But before we get to that, what's that?
Incredible. You guys will enjoy this.
Yeah, it's really something. But before we get to that, let's start with this. So as you all know, the chief person on the right who's been, or it's fair to say the far right, who's been going after Trump aggressively from a right-wing perspective is a guy by the name of Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes is most known for being a Nazi, because that's what he is. I remember when he debated Alex Jones on the issue of Adolf Hitler, and he took the position that Hitler was indeed based. And Alex Jones was like, no, Hitler's not based. He's actually really bad. And, like, that was the crux of the debate. He also was, you know, buddy-buddy with Kanye West and helped him with his presidential campaign, which got a grand total of 17 votes. So this is what this guy's been up to. But he's got, a pretty big broadcast with, like, Gen Z groypers or whatever the fuck, these people who were previously very pro-MAGA. And he has been more and more disillusioned with Trump. And so all of that culminated with this whole Epstein scandal thing, where Trump is clearly, anybody paying attention knows Trump is covering it up because he's in the Epstein files. But that culminated with Nick Fuentes basically officially breaking up with Trump and doing it in a rather hilarious way. So take a look.
We need hundreds of Republicans to lose in this next cycle. You don't want our support now? Then fine, you don't get it. And let the Democrats impeach Trump. Let them impeach Trump. Let them fuck up this administration and torch his legacy. What a joke. And you know something? For all of the waving the bloody shirt of Trump, constantly talking about the things he's been through, he's the biggest victim. How many of his supporters went to jail on his behalf after January 6th? Did Trump do anything for them? Did he raise money for them? Did he talk about them, defend them? No. Many of them he didn't even fully pardon. He just commuted their sentence. How about all of the people that lost their jobs due to the vaccine that he created? How about all of the people that lost their jobs or got canceled supporting him in the first election that got beat up or killed? How many people got killed or had their businesses destroyed during the BLM riots because Sean Hannity was telling him it would be good for his reelection if BLM did their worst in all the major cities? It's not just him. We've all been in the fight for 10 years. We've all had our share of the suffering in one way or another. With our families, with our jobs, with our colleges, with social media, with our businesses, with the government. How many people have caught charges and for one reason or another, or had other issues? And now he says, if you're not on board with the Epstein cover-up, oh, I don't want your support. You're a weakling. Fuck you. Fuck you. You suck. You are fat. You are a joke. You are stupid. You are not funny. You are not as smart as you think you are.
Wow.
There
Going
you go.
in.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting. Well, first of all, I mean, you have to note how he makes all of the worst possible arguments against Trump because, of course, he's coming from, like,
You made the vaccine.
You're not a Nazi enough,
How
basically.
dare you make the vaccine?
Yeah, you were too pro-vax. You were too soft on Black Lives Matter. You were too hard on the J6 rioters. It's like, what world are we living in here?
Totally.
But so that's astonishing. But it's also, I mean, it is interesting to hear. This is a very similar argument as what plays out on the left and what has played out on the left, where it's like, are you going to vote for what in their mind would be the lesser of two evils? Or are you going to say, like, fuck you to this guy and just let the Democrats win and let the chips fall where they may? And so, yeah, he's fully now opened up the, like, right-wing equivalent of the Jimmy Dore lane.
Yeah, it's the inverse Jimmy Dore.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm I'm so right-wing that actually I think the Democrats are better than the Republicans who betrayed us or something. Like you could see the wheels turning and the little wheels turning. And that's effectively what it comes down to. We still got one more of Fuentes, though. Take a look.
I don't want their support anymore. Well, fine. You don't get it anymore. Nobody should vote for Trump. Nobody should vote for Republicans. And what needs to happen next, by the way, the Republicans must be hanged in the midterms. That's what must come of this. Trump must fucking pay for this statement to say, I don't want your support anymore. Every single Trump supporter, every single Republican needs to say, okay, bet. You don't want our support? Forget about the midterms. Forget it. The 2026 midterms, it just needs to be a Democrat avalanche at this point. And that's not because I'm a Democrat. I'm not. I don't like the Democrats. I hate the Republicans more because the Republicans are traitors. Because I have voted for Republicans. I have supported Republicans, and they shit on our face.
So to me, like this, he sounds like a Democratic op, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Who like invaded the right and he's doing divide and conquer. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And again, to bring it back to Jimmy Dores, he's the same. He's like a Republican op on the left.
Yeah.
I'm the most lefty. I'm the leftiest of the lefty. And that's why Republicans are preferable to Democrats. And
That's
it's like,
why I hate
wait,
the Republicans
what?
less. And
Right.
I focus most of my time on shitting on liberals and Democrats
Exactly.
on the left. And
And he is this Nazi far right winger who's like, actually, the Republicans aren't Nazi enough, and I feel more betrayed by them, so the Democrats are preferable.
Yeah,
It's-
next you need some, like, you know, the equivalent of, like, the, I don't know, the K-Hive to come and be like, vote red no matter who.
Right,
You know?
yeah.
Vote red until you're dead or something.
It's amazing how time is a flat circle because you get these same like movements that pop up on the different sides over the years. It's crazy.
It makes sense. And I mean, the wild thing is because you do have, this will dovetail with the polling conversation, but I mean, Fuentes has become, I think, quite influential online with a certain group. I think he also, look, many of these creators, they're just looking for like, where can I get clicks and where are things moving in these particular online spaces? And so he certainly proved you can get an audience by being directly Trump critical. And so I think it has opened up sort of a new lane where other creators in the space are dabbling in that more as well.
Yeah, they do feel more comfortable doing it. But also, let me just point this out too. Like, if you actually are a far right winger and you're like against this regime, it's like that makes no sense.
Right.
I'm sorry. They're rounding up innocent people all over the place. I
Right.
just
They're
tweeted something
making
earlier.
concentration camps.
They're
What
making
more do you want?
concentration camps. There was this horrible, tweet I saw of this woman who got her papers approved at an immigration judge at a court, and as she walks out, she gets rounded up by an ICE agent, and they go to, detain her and deport her.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is your fever dream. This
Yeah.
is what you want. This is what you've always wanted.
Stephen Miller is literally running that. Like an actual Nazi
Yeah.
is running vast swaths of the government.
Right.
Well, what more do you want? What
Mega
more
Hitler?
do you
Super
want?
Hitler? Is that
right.
like-
Mega Hitler's at the Pentagon?
Yeah, Mega
so-
Hitler, that's right. That's right. You got Grok? Yeah. No, for real. So it's sort of crazy to me. It makes no sense to me. It's like this is actually like fascism is here, and here's a fascist going, this isn't fascist enough.
Yeah.
So vote for Democrats. It's like, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
vote for
also-
Democrats, Nick Fuentes' audience. Please do that and really own those Republicans.
Well, and because Fuentes is the flavor of Nazi that he is the type that actually hates Jewish people and is anti-Semitic, he doesn't like that the way they've applied their fascism has been to people who have supported Palestine. So that's not
right.
the version of fascism that he would want. Has a different racial hierarchy than what's being enacted by this administration.
Yeah, you have there's pro-Israel fascists and there's anti-Israel fascists, and he's an anti-Israel fascist.
Right. And Stephen Miller is a pro-Israel fascist.
Correct. And Trump is a pro-Israel fascist.
Yeah.
And so that is one of the bigger dividing lines. Hey, guys, we had the pleasure of talking to the podcast that dethroned Joe Rogan as #1 in the country. I'm, of course, talking about Midas Touch. We spoke to Ben, who's the leader over there at the Midas Touch Network. We had a really awesome conversation. If you want to see the whole thing, sign up below on Substack. You're not going to want to miss it.